Well, hello, hello. This is Dr. Gladney, better known as Dr. G. This is the psychology of success. I am the success psychologist. And you say, well, I've never heard of that. That's what people tell me all the time. Well, they haven't heard of me because I kind of crafted my own destiny. I understood that understanding people, and I went to school for years, 12 years to understand you and myself as well, trying to understand people because psychology is the study of human behavior. It is the science of the mind and the mental state and the processes and how human behavior interacts with all of that. I wanted to really get a grip on humans and understand the things. Why do we do what we do? And when I tell you, you people are very fascinating. Yes, I'm fascinated every day with the behavior of humans. And with that, I didn't want to go the clinical route and understanding that you come in and tell me all your problems and then we work through that. So, what I realized over my 3 decades, yeah, that's right. I know you're going to say, what? She started at 12. Okay, I'll take that one. However, I've been doing this for a lot of years and a long time. And what I learned is that at the end of everybody's journey, what everybody is looking for and want in their life is success. You have a desire to be successful, whatever that looks like. So now let me tell you, and I'm a big definition person. So in every one of these episodes of Psychology of Success, you're going to hear me giving you the real definition. Because a lot of times we talk about a lot of stuff and we really don't know what it means. And we have to have context clues in people's sentences to understand what does that word really mean. So when you look at it, understanding what success really means. The terminal definition for success, looking at it as a noun, it's the favorable or prosperous termination of attempts or endeavors, the accomplishments of one's goal. Part B, the attainment of wealth, position, honors, or the like. So everybody's looking for that. When we typically think of success, we think of money. We think of power. We do think of fame. But I'm going to be challenging you all along this journey because I'm telling you, the tagline that I've had for years is success begins with the mind. It starts here. So I'm going to be helping you to transform your mind. Now, nobody's ever taught you how to do that. There's lots of books, lots of programs, lots of things out there. My program is going to be dedicated to helping you start your journey of success. Many people in this world, I would say most people in this world, are not where they want to be. Are you? Think about that. Are you where you want to be? I know you're saying to me in this camera, no, Dr. G, I am not. I wanted to be at this level. You know what? I'm still striving to be where I want to be. So, of course, it is a journey. I'm going to help you to transform your mind and to attain what it is that you're looking for. But you got to understand, this is not going to be an overnight process. So you got to stick with me. Each and every one of these episodes are going to be about transforming your mind and getting to a level of success that may be with parenting your kids. It may be with your relationships that you have with friends and and co-workers. It may be your romantic relationships. It may be your marriage. It may be you trying to find somebody. And I have a podcast for that too. Single Life with Dr. G, Dating over 40. I got something for everybody. Or it may be in your work. It may be in just your daily living. It may be in your business. But everybody is striving for that level of success. So we're going to be looking at that and understanding, how do you get that done? I'm telling you, your mind plays all kind of tricks on you. Your mind tells you a lot of stuff that's not true. And I'm going to walk you through some of those lies that your mind tells you that keeps you and it blocks you from getting to your level of success. So, success. You want success? I'm going to give it to you. That's right. I'm going to give it to you, but you have to open your hands to receive. Even more so, you have to open your mind to receive what I'm going to be telling you. Because I want you to think, is your life working for you right now? No, it's not working like you want it to work. So you have to do something different. So all of the years of experience that I have been doing research and studying the system of success, as well as successful people who follow those systems, I'm here to help you get that. I'm here to tell you, getting started first. So I do so many things, and you're going to hear about all of that because I've written the books, I've written the programs, I've spoken all over the nation and internationally. I've done a lot in my career. But guess what? I'm still striving to that next level. And then you'll say, well, how do you know when you've reached that? We'll talk about all of that. I'm going to give you all of the juicy stuff. The stuff that nobody's probably told you and the stuff that you didn't know. So I've spent all my years, and here I am to you as a gift. It's all about this channel. Just you tune in. You make sure you tune in every time, because to do that, you have to what? Subscribe. So you get the notification. You got to like it. All of that fun stuff. But we'll get to that, because in this episode, the first one, I'm going to help you understand what your definition of success is. What does this success mean to you? What does that look like? So how do you figure that out? Because everybody wants to be at a level of the celebrity status. You look at their lives and you see that. And I don't mean that everybody wants to be on blast and you want to live your life out loud on camera, but you like to have the money. You like to have the money that we see people have. A lot of times that's what success means. To some people, it's different. Success may mean that they want to buy a home and spend their life in the country and have a farm. That's their definition of success. What is your definition? Now, how are you going to get there? Now, I started out as a school teacher, teaching elementary level in middle school, and then I taught college level, and now I train and teach everybody. So I'm going to be doing school teacher stuff. I'm going to have you write down. I'm going to ask you 3 questions. 3 important questions that's going to help you define what success means to you. Not the celebrities, not the musicians, not your favorite artists, not anybody else's definition, but your definition. What is your definition of success? First question I'm going to ask you that you need to ask yourself is, where am I? Where am I? What does that mean? Where are you in life right now? Now, you're going to need a piece of paper and a pencil to write this down. Otherwise, you're just going to put it in your head and try to memorize. Where are you? Where are you right now in your life? Answer that question. Think about that. Where am I? I am living in this place. I am here. I am there. Where am I? The second question you're going to need to ask yourself is, where would you like to be? Where would you like to be? You know where you are. Now, where would you like to be? Answer that. Think about it. A lot of times people don't really know what they'd like to be. You know what they say? Well, I know I like to have more money. I like to have a better job. I like to have a bigger house. I like to live in a different city. I'd like to. But you have to be very specific. Where would you like to be? And then the third question is one of the most important ones. How are you going to get there? How are you going to get to your level of success that you would like to be? You know where you are. You know where you'd like to be. But now, how are you going to get there? And guess what that involves? Something that you don't want to hear. But I'm going to tell you anyway, because you can't get there without it. You cannot get to the level of success. Remember I said success is a system. I'm going to teach you the system. Systems work. Systems are something that has been put in place, and when you do it, it works. So guess what? You're going to have to do it. You know what I'm getting ready to talk about? It starts with a G. The word that people hear about and never do anything with. That G word. Goals. I know people are talking about, I don't do goals. Guess what? We're going to have the New Year's coming up. People say, I don't do resolutions. I don't do this. I don't do that. I'm telling you, it's all up here. It's all in your mind. If you don't establish a goal, I gave you the true definition of success. It says you are attempting to accomplish something that's a goal. You have to have a goal in order to get where you're wanting to go. Okay, Dr. G, you mean I have to write this down? Absolutely. If you want to be successful. Now, if you don't want to be successful, you're on the wrong channel. Because here we talk about success and the ways to get there. And if you do what I tell you to do, you're going to get there. So you have to write down your goals. Now, we know that 90 to 95% of the people, the studies and the research have been done for years, do not achieve goals. Do not write them down to achieve them. They just have them here in their head. And guess what? One of the systems for success is actually writing it down. So, however you do that, I don't want to go into a lot of detail, but you do have to write it down. Otherwise, it's just a dream that's in your head, and it's something that you're not going to accomplish. Because I'm going to tell you how the brain works in one of these episodes. We'll talk about it. I have studied the brain and the mind. Because guess what? That's all about people and your behavior. So understanding how your brain works, if you don't write something down, it doesn't write it in your brain. Oh, I'm going to say that again. If you don't write something down, it doesn't write in your brain. Okay, so you're saying, I don't believe that. Well, let me just tell you. How many people's numbers do you know by heart in your cell phone? How many? Go ahead. Tell me, how many numbers do you really know by heart? I'm going to tell you. You know what? Because they in your phone and they programmed it. We push buttons. They're not written down in our heads. I can still remember my very first phone number because we had to write it down all the time. 316-683-0006. That was my very first phone number. Now, that may be somebody's phone number out there. Don't call that number. That was years and years ago. But the reason I remembered it is because I wrote it down. It was written into my brain. Why do we know the ABCs? Because we wrote them down. And we said them over and over and over again. You see where I'm going? You have to write it down so that your brain can memorize and process it, and it will direct your behavior. If you don't, nothing ever gets accomplished. So understanding that's why goals are so important. So you have to know what your own definition of success is. And in all of that, after you've answered these three questions, what does your success look like? Do you want to live in the mountains in Colorado? Do you want to live in the valley in California? Do you want to live on a farm? Do you want a house that's 2,500 square feet? Do you want a condominium that's 1,700 square feet? Do you want a sprawling house on some acres that's 7,000 square feet? What does your definition? Now, I know I just said tangible things, but also including in what you define as success is kind of your vision for your life. What does that look like? Do you have children? Do you want to have children? Are you in a relationship? Do you want to be in a relationship? Do you want to be a philanthropist? Do you want to start a nonprofit? All of those things help to define what is your definition for success. Now, this is so important because I want to help you understand not to compare yourself to other people. They have their own definition. Now, we're going to study and talk about some of the people's definition of success for themselves and how they arrive there. That's going to help you. But understanding this is all about you and your journey. My success doesn't look like your success. And I remember my mother has always said, well, I don't need a lot of money. She just felt like she was successful because she has her children and her grandchildren. And we love her. And her whole thing is living her life. She is a very spiritual, very, very dedicated woman. And her success is going to church and an understanding that is her success. She said, I don't need all this other stuff. So you got to know what your own definition, defining your success. We are reprogramming your mind, who you are, who you like to be, how you're going to get there. Where are you? Where do you want to be? And how do you get there? Write those goals, write down that definition, and get ready for the next one because you're going to be learning some of the systems for success. This is Dr. G. I will see you next time. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. We got to share the wealth. See you next time.